Peace to the kings, peace to the queens, peace to the earth, peace to everybody viewing this transmission. Zudakai here with another transmission for you guys. Today I really just wanted to talk about the power of the mind, you know what I mean, and how to obtain abundance. So first things first, if you want to start receiving abundance, if you want to start receiving your riches and everything that you desire in your brain, you have to make space for that. Because right now, in all of our lives are filled up to the brim with exactly what we do and the material items that we have. You have to let things go in order for new things to come and take their place. So we need to understand that, and we need to understand that in order for us to start receiving that abundance. We have to let go of things, we have to let go of people, and we have to let go of ideologies that we have in order to start receiving new ideologies, new things, and new people in our life who are going to help us get to those new goals that we have and those desires that we have and create the reality that we want. We cannot keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. That is the definition of insanity, and it just won't work. Yes, there are some goals that we are going to have that are going to be more of a long-term goal, and then there's goals that we can obtain in that day. And don't even put anything into your mental to where you downplay yourself and downplay your power, because anything is possible. Anything is possible that you put your mind to is possible. The fact that you have thought about it, it is possible. So I've just been realizing recently, like, I've literally let go of so much stuff in my life, not just material items, but I've let go of so many people. I've been in solitude. You know, I do see people, but I have been in a deep state of solitude for a while now, and just, you know, fixing myself and being with myself and learning about myself. And I can't do that with people around. So I had to really take a step back from the outside world and just focus on myself and, you know, heal myself and figure out how I could help myself get to the place to where I would want to be. And I've gotten rid of a lot of things, and not only have I been in solitude, but I stopped drinking. This was about 4 years ago. I stopped eating meat. I stopped eating cooked food starting in, I believe that was August 1st, September, October. Yeah, so I'm 2 months into that right now. I stopped smoking almost a year ago, coming up on a year. We're about 11 months out right now. And, you know, I was smoking since I was 13 years old, so I'm 28 right now, and that was more than half of my life. So that was definitely, you know, something that pivoted my whole life and changed everything for me personally, because smoking had me very comfortable in a sense to where I would just be satisfied if I had a bag of weed for the day. Like, that's really all I needed to satisfy me. I would be good. My mental would be good. I could just smoke if I felt stressed or whatever the problem was. But, you know, I was also almost using it as a way to cope and a way to escape the reality that was going on. And once I stopped smoking, I really had to harness my energy. I had to learn how to control my energy, control my emotions. And honestly, now I feel more awake and more alert than ever before. So overall, I'm super blessed to have been able to get through that, because there was times when I really just didn't want to smoke, but I was just so addicted, and it was just so in my routine that it was hard to stop. It felt so satisfying to smoke after a long day. And you know, I'm thankful that I've been able to stop for almost a year now. So I'm very, very thankful. And the whole reason that I made this video today is because the last couple of days that I've been playing music in the train and stuff, I just had like random ideas of how much money that I wanted to make. And for instance, today I wanted to make $360. And I know it's kind of a weird number, but I mean, it's actually not a weird number at all, because Zudakai comes from Zudakaias, which is the mother of the grand architect of the universe, which translates to zodiac, and the zodiac is a 360-degree circle with 12 different signs within, aka personalities. But anyways, I've been doing a lot of studying on more science and stuff like that, and been seeing 360 a lot. So anyways, today I wanted to make $360, and sure enough, I did. You know, and then yesterday I tried to make, I believe it was like 240 or something. I made like 260, you know, and it's just, it's interesting how things have been working in my life recently. Like, I'll literally manifest and I'll literally come up with that exact amount in that day. Like today, somebody gave me a $50 bill, which isn't really that common. You know, it's been done a couple of times, but the fact that this morning I wanted to make $360, and then somebody hands me a $50 bill, I wake up to like another 100 that somebody had sent me for some other work down the line. And it just, you know, the alignment is really it's cool. It's cool to see, and it's really, and I'm blessed, you know what I mean? I'm blessed and highly favored, and that's just a sign that I am blessed and highly favored. Things like that happening, manifesting things like that, and you know, everything starts with baby steps. You know, right now I'm just manifesting a couple $100. It's nothing like, you know, that crazy to some people who are making millions, but the fact that I'm able to even manifest that and pretty much just glitch the matrix and make that in a day is pretty cool to me. I remember when like, especially when I was smoking, when I would literally just like sit and make beats, which is cool, and like sometimes I would sell beats randomly, but I didn't really have a way, like if I wanted to make money like right away, like there wasn't really, I mean, I could do exactly what I was doing, but the thing is, my mental at the time, not only was the weed just having me comfortable, but it also changed my mental and made me a little bit, I don't want to say see too much, but just overly emotional a little bit and overthinking, you know? Like, I wouldn't be on a train singing, I would just be thinking, oh, like, you know, I'm gonna see the same people all the time, or I don't know if they're gonna like it, or just coming up with excuses in my head. Now it's like, I don't care what people think. I don't care if they've seen me before. I'm playing my music. I'm getting my bag one way or another. So, and also, you know, bro, my mental change, you know, and that's also where we're talking about throwing out a lot of old ideas. Like, I had to throw out all of those bad old ideas, and those ideas had like negative connotations to them and negative energy that I just, if that ever pops up in my head, I just go against it. I go where I know I need to go, and I start to rewire my brain. I start to rewire my mental. And it's important that we do that. That's the only way that we're going to be able to see abundance come into our life, see new things come into our life. I'm telling you, like, to start gaining abundance is not impossible, but you have to let go of things which you are so used to. And when we are so used to things, they are these thoughts and this conditioning that we have, it wants to survive. You feel me? We're in that fight or flight state with all of those type of thoughts. They want to survive, so they're gonna fight to survive. And we have to understand that we're at war against ourselves, and we need to evolve. We need to enter that that new state of consciousness, new mind, new body. You understand what I'm saying? Testament. Testament breaks down in Latin to testi mente, which means body, mind. And they say the New Testament, right? I know I'm getting a little off track, but look, the testament, testamente, mind, body, and the New Testament, new mind, new body. That is where you want to get to. You want to get to a new mind and a new body. That is really our goal, and that is really what we are supposed to do. We are supposed to come here, and we are supposed to evolve, and we are supposed to enter this new state of consciousness, which they can call Krishna consciousness or Christ consciousness. We need to enter a new state of thinking, a new state of being. And when we do that, we can start to attract the things that we want into our life. But if we stay thinking the same way that we've always done, and staying around the same people, and hoarding onto the same objects that we've had for 10, 20, 30, however many years people have been holding on to these objects, you're not going to have anything new come into your life. You need to make room for the new things to come into your life. So with that being said, it's just make sure that you make room for those things, for those new things to come into your life. For me, I had to stop smoking for me to start to see this abundance come into my life like never before. And also I've been throwing a festival every year, and I definitely wanted to put together the festival this year. But one thing I knew is that I need to look out for myself before I can look out for other people. You know what I mean? And I feel like I was always the type of person that would help people without even having anything to really help. You know, like I could help them, but then I would be shooting myself in the foot. And we can't help people truly until we help ourselves, until we fill up our cup. And once our cup is full, try to see if I have a cup. Once our cup is full and it starts overflowing, all that overflow goes to everybody else. But you need to take time in solitude, and you need to fill up your cup. And I'm not talking about filling up your cup with material items. I mean, maybe it could be material items, right? But you have to understand that we need to say you want clear water in your cup, and you have like dirty water. You need to start putting like clean, you need to pour that out, and you need to put new clean water into your cup. You need to get rid of those bad ideas, those bad thoughts, the negative energy that is surrounding you, or that is just not letting you get to your next level, is not sitting at a higher frequency that you want to be at. And you need to start aligning with that stuff. And it's a journey. It is a journey. It is a journey about discipline. It is a journey about focus. It is a journey about consistency. DCF, discipline, consistency, focus. You need that in order to get to these next levels. And trust me, I am more disciplined than I've ever been, and I'm still very undisciplined when it comes to a lot of things. And I'm starting to realize, because the universe is putting me into this new level. You feel me? You're always leveling up. But now I'm at this level to where I'm realizing really we're getting to the root. We're getting to the root of my greed. I'm getting to the root of my actions and my fast thinking and my overthinking and my impatience. I'm starting to see it all in front of my eyes. And you know, sometimes at times it can be very annoying, where you'll be like, yo, why do I keep fucking up? Why do I keep not doing the things that I'm saying? But what it is it's letting you see yourself. So now I actually have the ability to see myself almost in like fourth person, or I don't know what you call that, but you know what I mean. I can see myself like I'm standing behind myself, and I see myself, but I'm seeing my emotions, I'm seeing my patience, I'm seeing my discipline, and I'm able to really analyze myself. And me being able to see my flaws is the only way that I can learn and I can evolve. You have to see your flaws in order to evolve. So I'm very glad that I'm able to see that now. And I'm also glad about how much discipline I've had, to get to this point. I've came a long way in just 1 year. Just this year, I've came a long way. And there's a lot more to go, you know what I mean, on this road. But I've came so far this year, as far as discipline, as far as understanding self, as far as being at peace and being patient. But now I'm starting to see how I can even, chisel it down and really start to mold my life and really get to the root of why I couldn't get to the real dreams and the real goals that I had in my head. And all I can say is I really know that it's coming to a point to where I'm really gonna start to being able to manifest everything that I want. Everything that I've said I want is going to come. And once I get to that point, then it's the next level to where I start to manifest things that have never been done. And I've already done that, you know what I mean, with music. Whenever I'm making new music, that's the song that's never been done, manifesting, channeling. But watch. Just stay tuned. I want everybody to stay tuned and really watch my evolution. And I want you guys to evolve with me. And I want you to know that you are evolving with me. If you're watching my videos, if you're staying up to date with me, just know that great minds think alike and frequencies match up and pair up with each other. So the way that I'm thinking and things that I'm thinking about, you're thinking about too. That's why we're like doing this right now. That's why you're listening and I'm talking and we can connect and you can understand me and you can feel me, is because we are aligning with each other, if that makes any sense. So, with that being said, long story short, in order to get abundance, you have to let things go. You have to let things go in this life. And for me, I had to let go of smoking weed. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, smoking weed, I'm not gonna say it's not for everybody, but if you are a person like me, like, if you can't take a day off, you can't take 24 hours off, you can't take a week off smoking and like be fine and not be all stressed, you should probably stop smoking. If you're broke as fuck and you're just trying to get a fucking eighth every day, you should probably stop smoking for a while. It'll always be there. You know what I mean? It'll always be there. But the time that you have in order to get yourself to the space that you want won't always be there. And each and every day you're running out of that space. You're losing theta, if we want to talk about stocks, but or options, but you're losing. There's always other days to go and smoke or do whatever you want, but you're losing those days that you can build your capital up, that you can take time in solitude, that you can fast, all these things, you know what I mean? So just understand too, like, no matter where you are, that we're all at different levels. There was I was trying to stop smoking for so long. I'm talking like probably years. Like, I was low-key wanting to stop, but I was so used to it, and it wasn't easy. I'm gonna just tell you that, like, it wasn't easy. And I tried so many times and I failed so many times. And then on my birthday last year, when I said I'm going to stop, I stopped about a month before. On my birthday, I smoked with my pops and my brother. And after that, I remember I told my brother, I was like, damn, I haven't smoked in a month. Like, I don't know if I want to, like, he was like, and then I was like, I smoked with him. And he was like, I remember my brother told me, he said, bro, you got willpower. He said, you're going to be good. You're going to be fine, bro. And sure enough, with that affirmation that he sent to me, that blessing that he sent my way, I felt fine the next day. I didn't even feel like I wanted to smoke. And it's been a straight year now. So I'm super blessed. I'm super blessed, highly favored, um, for life, for knowledge, self-knowledge, self-awareness. I'm blessed for everybody that's viewed, everybody that supported these videos. I'm blessed for all the abundance that has came into my life over this past year, not only materialistically, but also mentally, physically, spiritually, all of the above. So, blessings to everybody. Peace, love, light. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Until the next one, Sudakai. If you want to become abundant, take things out of your life in order to let new things enter your life. Peace.